Okay, I'm at Chase Bank now. I'm 15 minutes early for my appointment, so I'm going to pause this for a moment, walk in there, and then sign in and hang out in the waiting room. Or wait in the hanging out room.
Change them all?
Yeah.
Huh?
$101. $101. How are you, sir?
Good.
What brings you in?
I have a 12 o'clock appointment to open up a new account.
Okay. Let me sign in. What's your name?
Michael?
I see you here.
The TV is on inside of the bank, and it showed like stocks, like NASDAQ or NASDAQ or whatever it's called, and it said the biggest movers. It's like all in green, like 86% or higher. At the very top of the list, it said BABA, BABA, and I'm not sure what the abbreviation is on there, but I was just speaking that name in my mind. Jesus Christ and Meher Baba. I'll try to get a picture when it comes back on the TV screen.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, what can I do for you?
I have a 12 o'clock with,
Me? Okay, come on over.
my name is Michael. Nice to meet you. How's your day going?
Good. It's Friday, so that's nice.
Yeah. Things are kind of going slow for a tile project I'm doing, and
Oh.
my work van broke down, so I've been using my motorcycle as like a little work truck.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
Like, so I like strapped wood to it yesterday, and then I got wet twice. But today it didn't rain when I was leaving my job site.
Oh, that's
So I
kinda
get my
scary.
work trailer to the job site
Uh-huh.
using like a friend's car or something, and then I zip back and forth until the job's
Oh.
done.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
I'd be scared to ride a motorcycle down here.
is it something you haven't experienced, like as a passenger, or you wouldn't want to operate one?
Yeah, I wouldn't operate one. I've rode on the back several times.
Mine's a real small one.
Which is good.
It's a 125. It gets like 110 miles per gallon, and
See, that's pretty good
yeah,
then.
I usually keep it in the back of my van in case the van breaks down.
It goes right in there, fits.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
230 pounds, so I can lift it and put it in there. So
Wow.
I put like $5 a week in it for like going to work. It's awesome.
That is actually really nice. That's nice, especially when I'm filling up my gas tank and it's like $60 later. I'm like, oh. Luckily, I live close by, so it's not
That's
too
smart.
bad, you know. I know some people have to travel. Okay, so just bringing up your appointment here. You were looking to open an account, was that correct?
Yeah, I want to open
Okay.
up a private trust account,
Okay.
or an account for a private trust that I have. It's a Christian ministry.
Okay.
So I just need to open up an account somewhere to hold the assets for the
Into
ministry.
account. Okay.
I have like a primary and a secondary form of ID.
Okay.
I have the IRS EIN number,
Okay.
and I have the declaration of trust and like the articles of the trust for you to copy and look through. And
Okay,
everything.
yes.
To my knowledge, that's all I need for now. But if I need something else, you know, I'll get it in the
So
future
if you
or something.
have all of those documents, because what I'll have to do is scan them over to our legal department to review, just to make sure everything is
Sure.
okay before the account does get opened. Let me get
That's the trust documents,
Okay.
and then the EIN.
the
put it in a bag.
Just in case. I mean, it did pour. For
Today's radar
a
showed
little
no
bit.
rain, and there was just like a cloud above me
Yeah.
that I waited for.
It did rain here for probably about 30 minutes. Even though it was really sunny out, but that's Florida, so.
Yeah, I grew up here. You can move to your backyard sometimes to get out of the rain.
Mhm. This, let's see. And you're the only trustee on here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm the
Okay.
grantor and
Okay.
trustee.
Okay. Now, do you already have accounts with Chase?
You know what? I think I do have a personal account.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I only used it because I sold a house up in Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
and my wife had an account with Chase, and for us to both split the funds from the sale,
Mm-hmm.
I created an account, and I think we were able to share and
Oh.
deposit the check from the
Okay,
sale. It was
from
like a
there.
cashier's check or
Okay.
something. It was I bank at Suncoast Credit Union mostly, and I have for like 20 years or something. But they're not up in the Northeast, so I didn't have a remedy at the time.
Right.
So more than likely, yeah, I should be in there
Okay.
For a personal account under my name.
Were you on Mayberry Avenue at some point?
I grew up there. It's my mother's house.
Okay.
It's following me around. It's funny because I don't use that as an address because I don't live there.
Oh, okay.
Don't receive mail there or anything.
Yeah, I think this is yours. Last 4 years social file already. Okay.
And that's the exact styling too.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be all caps in your database, but. And then the IRS, of course, like they'll abbreviate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right here,
Right,
there's
where
an
it has that,
abbreviation, but
yes,
that's
yes,
just sometimes what
yes.
happens on in their system. Has this been like your main type of profession? You don't have to answer. I'm
Yes.
just
No,
curious
yes.
what people are up to.
I received my degree in something else, but I was working at part-time at Chase, and then just happened that I stayed here.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll give you a
so-
high five or A+ for the AC.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah, I know.
I-
Especially here.
I'm in and out. Most of the time I'm like doing interior work, like fixing up homes, but there's plenty of times when I'm outside too, and it's been brutal.
Especially this time of the year.
I was
too.
telling people happy 400 degrees of July because the other day I was burning up, and I had to be outside all day too. On that day.
Oh, really?
Then I went to the beach like I kind of talk a lot, I guess, but I went to the beach
Mhm.
July 4th to cool down, and there were sea turtles hatching, and I got to swim with little sea turtles. It was amazing. Like I've never seen a sea turtle on the beach at all,
I haven't either.
and it was pretty funny. It was a scene. There was like 100 people forming like an aisle
Yeah.
with their cameras and stuff.
Oh.
Some
that's so
people
cute.
thought that without their help, the turtles wouldn't get to the water, and other people were laughing like they're gonna
No,
be
they
fine.
know. They know how to do it.
The
Haven't you
water's
seen
right
any
there.
animal documentaries? No. All right, give me just a moment. I'm gonna go scan this over to legal department so I can submit it, and then we can start putting all the information in until they basically approve.
Sounds
it.
great.
So,
Thank you.
So give me just a few. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Let me just this over. Have you had this for a while, like doing the ministry?
No, it's something that it's not that I like didn't believe in God or Jesus. Jesus, excuse me. It's just like like I've been studying contract law, trust law, and I feel like I've understood the letter and the spirit, like, but now they're together, and I have.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it. Yeah, like in January, I'm going to India for a spiritual pilgrimage.
Oh wow. Have you been there before?
No.
No. Oh wow.
No, I've been to Asia, but no, this is something that I started June 6th, as far as like the actual like structure of this thing. But I feel like I've always had that heart and always helped people, or actually was helping too much and like overextending or overreaching, and then not having enough for myself at the end. So I'm more balanced now, but I'm also like very sure of like the path and how to help people. So that's become my purpose.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Do you have to get like special like shots or anything to go over there? Like, or no?
I won't.
No.
This actually would protect me from that.
Oh, does it really? Okay.
Yeah, this is it's a common law trust, non-ecclesiastical,
Okay.
non-statutory. It's not created by an attorney. An attorney can't create a contract for you between you and your creator. You have to do that. And as long as all the articles and the trust and the scope and everything is laid out the right way, the obligations are basically that because I know what I know through my experiences, I have to share that with people. So if I don't, it's actually not good for me, because I'm denying something that's like in my life, just forcing its way into my life, but in a good way.
Right.
Like synchronicities and stuff galore. It's just like unreal, some of the stuff that's happening. And it happens when I'm making the right moves or doing the right thing. Yeah, I've been a hermit for the most part. Like, I'm real friendly and everything, but past year and a half, 2 years, I've just been to myself as much as possible, and to just quiet the chatter, or let it quiet itself. Because if you try to quiet your mind, you're like thinking. You're still thinking.
Exactly. You're like, and
So
your mind just goes off into different, you know.
So I've figured out ways to get that mind quiet. Took up a lot of painting. That was something that I've done the past 2 years, and it's a discipline too. It teaches me patience, but it also keeps me like free flowing, because I sit down and just start manipulating the paint or the canvas, and then if something takes shape, then I'll be like, oh, okay, and then I'll just kind of listen to what's unfolding. And that's how the paintings are so unique, because I'm not like trying.
Yes, yeah.
And I enjoy it that way, because when I'm done, I'm like, what? I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Okay, so this is going to be technically a business trust, because it's going to protect the assets of this trust here.
Yeah, trust structure is a type of business, but this one is just it's not a business. But you might not have any other boxes to check.
You'll go through and ask me all of the lovely questions. Now, are you going by yourself over to India? Or do you
No, I have a spiritual mentor.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, but Christ isn't Jesus' last name. Christ is a title. So I met someone that has Christ consciousness, which means, you know, like how if you're trying to quiet your mind to experience maybe an important message or something to, like, God's impression on your heart, per se, he doesn't have any obstruction in the way between him and God's voice. And because of that, you basically, like, you become nothing and forget everything you've learned so that you can be filled back up with wisdom. Because everything here is like, it's knowledge and it's
Right.
good,
Thinking.
but it only helps you
Mhm.
for the most part in this reality and in this body. But when you're not here, you don't really need the knowledge. So, but there's wisdom too, and that would be like the impressions of God, and it's not even like through, for me, I barely know much about the Bible. I'm like studying it, but God came to me without all that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then it's like that stuff follows afterwards. Like
Yeah, I would say
Mhm.
like trust law and contract law is the only law there is, really.
Mhm.
So if you think about that, it's got to come down to where there's like one main contract or like a paramount or superior contract to all others that can govern. Like basically the 10 commandments aren't really what I follow, it's the golden rule. There's two rules. The two main common laws to this trust is to treat others how you would want to be treated.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's the golden rule.
Yes.
And then love God first and foremost before anything else. And just those two things, if you do those two things correctly, the other commandments aren't even necessary. Like if it talks about like adultery, you don't even have to worry about those commandments, because if you wouldn't want your wife cheating on you, then you wouldn't want, like,
Right.
it's so simple.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like held to a real higher standard than like the statutory law. Like I can't break any statutes if I'm following this. So it's kind of cool. It's very cool. Because not that I don't enjoy life, but there's just like so many different things about life that I could do without, as far as like so many of these challenges. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't want that one. My van broke down 3 times. I just laughed each time.
That's all you can do. 'Cause there's
Yeah,
nothing
like
else you can,
just literally
getting
just
mad at it,
like
there's
get
nothing-
out and like
Yeah.
I had 2 belts like pop off and shred both at the same time, right as I got this trust, like
Oh.
right when that got stamped.
That's when it happened.
I walked outside because I had my van running with the dog in there and the AC. Right when I walked outside, both belts just fell down to the ground, and I just started laughing. Because to me, they were gonna go bad anyways, and I think God like made them go bad right when that happened, so that I can get these impressions and these synchronicities. Because language sometimes doesn't do it. You gotta experience it through like actions and like unique situations. But it's your experience, and it happens to you differently than it would happen to me, because you're not me, so you need different impressions.
It's like when you're a teenager and you think everything that you do is right, and your parents are telling you something different, but you don't listen to them, and you just have to learn yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really do it too often now, but when I was in my early 20s, I would think about my mother a lot, because I had my first house that I mortgaged and everything. And yeah, dishes, laundry, all that fun stuff. Grass, work, bills.
I know, some days, man, so lucky as a kid, you didn't have any of those, bills, you're just carefree.
Well, that's what I'm moving back into.
Yeah.
Like the painting thing it feels like a kid vibe, and then I'm a musician, and so I'm getting back into that.
Things that you love, right?
Yeah, and just doing it for me. If other people enjoy it, then that's cool. But because I've kind of come from it from a point of like creating things for other people, and it's never the same. It's not as satisfying. Satisfy yourself first, and then other people will enjoy it too.
Exactly.
Actually, they'll probably enjoy it more, because all that purpose or intention behind that.
Trust is irrevocable. And then this is the address we're going to use. Is that correct? The South Sumter Boulevard.
Yes.
216. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, after I sold my house, I turned into like a van lifer, and
Mhm.
I'm also like doing an off the grid thing over in Northport, east of the interstate. So I don't have a house yet, again. But I'm not gonna like rush into it because
Mhm. Or like off of Toledo Blade, or is it?
it's
Sumter?
Raintree.
Oh, okay.
Raintree in Yorkshire. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've
yep.
if you grew up over here or partied out there.
Yes,
That's where a lot of
party,
people end up. They
yes.
ride dirt bikes or four wheelers. Yep. I'm building a water tower right now and putting like a 300-gallon tank at the top. And there's a pond nearby, so I'll pump water up and filter it on its way down, gravity feed it into our camper.
Wait, you said you grew up down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Venice High School,
Oh wow.
Venice area middle school.
Mhm.
I also went to Northport High School because it opened up in the middle of my high
It's
school.
really closer to where you were.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had moved to Northport, but there wasn't a high school yet, and that was such a long trip on the bus every day in the morning and the afternoon from Venice to Northport. I didn't really like high school that much. Besides the social thing, I didn't like the education at all.
No?
No.
I actually really liked high school. My mom also worked at the high school. She still works there at the high school.
Yeah, well, I did theater and I did football and marched in the band, so I did like all those things. But I didn't like the core math, and English was fun, and psychology for some reason vibed with me, but
Mhm.
and then a little bit of physical science. I was just not a good student, basically. But I'm like, I feel like if I went back now, like got to pick what I was learning, I'd hit it really hard. I'd probably be straight A student. Is there any states Chase is not in?
Alaska and Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
We're in all of the.
Probably never going there.
Do you like the camping living?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I work on homes a lot, I didn't like the projects after work. Like I still have this, they change. Like, it's not like I'm getting away from them, but they change, and I like how they are now. It's the camper's in nice shape. There's nothing that needs worked on. We have a nice generator. I'm really anticipating and looking forward to doing solar because the generator just needs so much attention. It's like a little kid. It's like, I want gas. I'm hungry. I need oil.
Yeah.
Because it'll burn oil every 3 to 4 days.
Right.
And if you don't fill it up, it'll shut off. So it's not good to have the thing shut off if the animals. I'm like a dog herder. I have 5 dogs.
What kind of dog?
The mother is a pit bull and a chihuahua mix, but she's like pretty big.
Okay.
And then the father is a pit bull and a rat terrier, so he's like 7 pounds.
Oh wow.
So it's interesting. 50 pound, 60 pound mom, 7 pound chihuahua dad. And then the puppies go from runt all the way to like pretty big. It's interesting. So I have the 3 smallest out of the litter. They're all like, you could kind of like hold them like a football. They're not much bigger than like a man's forearm or whatever. Very disciplined. They're very good. It took a while, but I crate trained them, and I walk all 5 of them around the block, off leashes, no collars.
Okay.
They all listen.
Okay.
It actually makes it easier because I think 3 to 4 of them are better listeners than like the one might be by themselves, and they just kind of stay close. So yeah, I enjoy
Chihuahua
it.
mix. That's hard to see.
I'll show
Usually
you.
one's so big, one's so small.
I'll show you a picture. The father's not in this picture. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, I can't seem to have kids. Like, I just don't have kids of my own. And so I wanted to raise a bunch of puppies.
Oh my goodness, they're all so cute. Look at the ears on the back one.
Yeah, so the one in the back with the biggest ears, he's the most chihuahua of all the other puppies, and his father's ears stick up like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then there's a little girl that I named Faye that looks like her mom. So I have like the little mini me of the mom and the dad. You know what was amazing about raising these dogs recently is that through my transition recently, if my emotions weren't in check, I immediately saw the reflection off of them and I would correct it.
Yeah. They're very intuitive with that. With
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm just at a point where I want to raise dogs the best I ever have. I've always had dogs, it seems like, but these ones are special. They're helping to raise me. Yeah, it's fun. I'll just like smile about them throughout the day.
Over there. No, I have 3 dogs.
Oh, nice. Good
They're
job.
big dogs. Three dogs and 2 cats.
How big is big?
The biggest one, he's 80. It's actually just took him with that 87 pounds.
Is it a Mastiff?
No, he's
Oh.
a Labradoodle. But he's big.
A Labradoodle. I don't remember what they look like. I first went to like standard poodle in my head.
So it looks like he kind of looks like a lab, but with the curly hair like a poodle, kind of. So they breed them together, and they have, instead of fur, they have like hair. So it's like for people who are allergic to dogs and stuff, they're not allergic to those, and they don't shed as much. They just, like us, where we lose hair.
Oh, cool.
On there,
You don't have like tumbleweed in the house?
No, I mean, like just a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Mine are all short hair, but I've been there with the shedding. I had a bull mastiff, and they drool a lot.
Yes, they do.
Probably my favorite breed as far as their demeanor, because they can get tough too and defend children, but then they're for the most part just real soft and scared of cats and
Yes.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
But they do the shaking thing, and then I call them drool sickles, because they would hit the wall and just like
Stuff everywhere.
yeah. So every day I would have to just look around and wipe them off before they settled and dried too much. It was a pain, but I put up with it for like 8 years. They don't live that long. He ended up having like a like some kind of cancer in the lymphs or something with blood filtration and
okay.
the lymph system, I think.
And then what kind of, is this for, because it's inquiring what kind of assets are being, basically under the trust? Is it for like donations?
Yeah,
or stuff like
donations,
that?
grants.
Okay, I can take care of that. Just wanted to.
I think there's a third term. Can't think of that. Donations, grants. I guess that covers it.
Yeah.
I'll probably like wake up at 3 in the morning
Think
because
of that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a third thing. It's like a common term. It's kind of fun, you know. There's lingo with everything, but sometimes I'll forget it.
So the expected deposit activity on the account, will it be deposits and withdrawals? If we have okay. How about checks or other like monetary instruments, like money orders, cashier's checks? Will those be going?
I don't know. Can I see this?
Mhm.
You're not using it at the moment. It specifies. Because it talks about. I know that the trust is able to hold bonds and securities and things like that, but you're asking about here.
Right.
Right.
Correct. Yes. They just asked that so that if say all of those options going in there, because they do monitor accounts for any red flags or anything, and then you're like, oh, there's no funds transfers allowed, then you're getting a bunch, just so that they can protect the account.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I would say keep all those options open.
Okay. Okay.
I misunderstood you, I believe.
Case.
Yeah. Heck was it? As soon as you need this back, let me know. I wanted to find that. I'm one of those types of people. Like if there's a new word or something I can't find, like I'm looking for it. Yeah, it was Article 23, but it wasn't like going to answer your question or anything. But it talks about different investments and some different instruments.
And now, is this for your personal address? Do you want me to use the one
No,
here, or you want
this
me to
this right here is I'm the trustee or manager of the entity.
Okay.
So that one's got the Northport address. I still need to change that one over there for that guy.
Is there no successor trustees? Is that
No.
Okay.
I don't really.
Okay.
It's also considered a protector trustee, someone to catch that entity if I fall or if I die or something, but I don't really have anyone lined up for that just yet. So I'll add it later on in the minutes.
Yeah. They put this on nice paper too.
I picked that.
Which is nice.
Yeah, cardstock.
Mhm.
I don't have the other one I've been beating up and carrying around, but it seems to not like being like folded and bent. It's like literally the letters are like
kind of fading away.
Yeah, from some of the creases, and it hasn't even been too extreme. It's just been in my backpack, but it looks like it's all.
Bus number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure. Okay. Now, did you look into any of the accounts that we offer? Like the requirements?
No, not necessarily. I
Okay.
kind of came in here a little blind
Okay.
because I've just been either working
Okay.
or
It's
sleeping
okay.
or.
No worries. Let me
But I
see,
just,
which account?
I don't know. Just felt like Chase would be a good pick, and so I don't know all my options.
Okay. No worries. Let me Here's to see what type of account, even though you don't use it, you have already.
Yeah, and let me know if you think it's wise to shut it down or to. I mean, I don't think someone that works for Chase would ever recommend shutting down the account or whatever, but.
Okay, so you're in a total checking account. Let's see. I mean, it looks like it's still being used.
Yeah,
I'm assuming by your
my wife. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so since this is technically labeled as I know it's a trust, but a business account, for that, so we'd have to open one of the different business structured accounts, and there's different levels for the business here. I just want to show them to you before we open anything, so that way you can.
There's nothing separate because it's not a business account. It's the only thing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we open, because it is labeled under a trust, and then when we open the trust, it's either individual or business. So individual trust would be say like your name trust on there where. I mean, I can open as an individual, but the purpose of the business one is that it protects the business assets.
Okay.
But it all depends on how the money is coming really in. Let me see. Because I've actually, to be honest, never opened a trust under a business.
Yeah, that's. I think we might be going the wrong direction.
Let me see. Because just the questions it asks me, it's directing me towards a business.
Yeah, it's not a business at all. And I'm, specifically not opening a business account. I think there's got to be something else, but I'm not sure at all.
Because it's going to ask me, does the trust generate the majority of the revenue from business operations or donations?
Just donations and grants only.
So, and then, so if we open as a business, protects the business assets, the business activity, and investing, buying, or selling product. If we open as an individual, it protects family assets, personal estate planning, and family wealth management.
That's what that sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like what we want to do.
Okay. Because I guess this is really only for you. Is that correct? Because you're the only trustee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's like the trustee, like how it's written, the trustees are compensated for managing the trust and making sure the ministry can function and move, because it can't move without a manager.
Okay.
But it's created for the benefit of other people.
Okay.
That's like part of the Christian outreach. Yeah, I appreciate your help, and hopefully it's something.
I'm trying to.
Something fun for you to say you did, because there's probably little different tricks to everything. I have no idea how you do your job or what it takes at all, but there's different tools.
Yeah. Because I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything incorrectly, especially for.
Yeah, and I'm not in a hurry, and I can even
Or
come.
anything
I can
like
even
that.
come back if I need to.
No, I mean, I have most of the information in here. Is this a? Let's see it in here. Is this a tax exempt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the land that I'm taking care of is actually tax free.
Okay.
And that's something that that's something that not too many people think is real. It's a blessing. It's just
Yeah, a lot of things are like charitable organizations and everything are tax exempt. Okay, so these are the personal accounts here. This is the one that you're currently in, which is the Chase Total checking. With this one, there's a $12 monthly service fee, but there's different ways to waive the monthly service fee. One is by having a direct deposit totaling of $500 or more on the account. If not, then it's a beginning day balance of $1,500 or more in the account to avoid the fee. This is just if you have like checking and savings kind of on there. That's the one you're in right now. I mean, I know you don't really use it, so I could ask you, how do you like that account or not?
I don't. I have no answers.
With this one, I could get you a debit card with it if you wanted to do any online banking.
Yeah, I
can
would
enroll
prefer
you for
that.
Okay. You should, if they did, when you open the other account, they should have already enrolled you for online banking, but I can double check that. And I don't know if you.
Well,
if
the
you
other
did.
the other account I just don't touch.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, at
so
all.
okay.
I don't know if it was. I did have a debit card for sure.
Okay.
But I don't know
Okay.
what else it included.
Do you want a debit card for this account?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me just grab the account number so I can put it in here, and then should let us go to the next. Then we'll get you a card, and then I'll check on the online banking just to see if you were ever enrolled, and then if you don't remember the login credentials, I can help you reset everything so that you have that.
Okay, for the other account?
So everything, because you're under the same profile, because it's attached to your social. So you can see both.
This should not be attached to the social at all.
Your online banking is attached to your profile.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's all under one profile there because you're on this account, so you'll see a login for whatever login you created, and anything that's attached or associated with your name, you'll see it on the online banking.
Okay.
So you'll see the other one, but you can always hide it if you don't want to look at it or anything like that. I can show you how to just remove
Okay,
it
cool.
off of
I
there.
understand what you're saying
Okay.
now.
So yeah, let me grab the account number.
All right, thanks.
This will be your account number and your routing number. Are we going to put anything into this account today?
I wish I had something in my pocket today.
Okay. That's okay. In order to keep the account active, you just need to put something in there within 30 days.
Oh, for sure. Like
Okay.
I'll have
Okay.
something in here. I don't think today, but I think tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so for the debit card, I'm going to have you choose a 4-digit PIN number that you would like the card to have. And you can enter in whenever you're ready. And then one more time just to verify the PIN. And then do you want me to mail it to this address here that works? Okay. Usually takes about, say, 5 business days, and then you'll get that in the mail.
Oh, that's
to the
pretty
address.
sweet.
Okay. Did you need to purchase any checks for this account as well? Will you be writing another check?
If I do that, I'll just wait till when I'm here putting the first deposit.
Okay. So let me go grab all the paperwork, some stuff for you to go over, and then I'll have some stuff for you to sign as well.
Okay.
And I'll grab a folder so you can put everything in there.
Okay, thank you.
I am all done with those and with these, so just so you don't forget them.
I appreciate that. It's pretty important.
Alright, let me put this in here too. So you can use these checks. I know they don't have the name printed on them or anything, but you can use them. Let me see something. Sign. Okay, so these are free to sign, but these ones here, this just kind of the disclosures I'm required to give to you. So this one's our deposit account agreement. So literally 26 pages on how Chase manages your accounts, the ins and outs. So you can obviously see if you have any more questions or inquiries about this, you can go to the appropriate page. You can also always call or stop in and we can answer all the questions on here for you as well.
Right.
But pretty standard bank to bank, just, you know, everything that we're required to give to you. And then this one here is our additional banking services and fees. So it has a list of all the different accounts that we offer, including this is the one here that we were opening for you. The only other thing I like to go over in these ones, this is just any additional fees that may occur. So like if you use the debit card at a non-Chase ATM, any overdraft services here. So if you were to overdraft the account by more than $50, you just have to get the funds in there to cover it by 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to avoid any charges or fees or
The
anything
same
like
day,
that.
you mean?
Yes, the same day.
Right, that's
On
fair.
there. If it's negative, say $49, they're not going to charge you. It's just once you go over the $50 negative on that there. And then you can get the money into the account like ATM. You can go up to the transaction line. You can do a transfer. You can also link if you wanted to on the online banking. You can add an external account. So if you want to because like I bank at Chase and at Suncoast, and I add my Suncoast on there so that I can transfer back and forth to cover everything.
Is that an app or a website?
So it's just on the either Chase website or Chase mobile app. Yeah.
So if I link my other bank's routing number or whatever for that account,
Yep.
I
You
could
just
transfer
put the
funds.
account number and the routing number in there, and then you can have a link and it says transfer back and forth. That's what I do. Sometimes I need to transfer there. And then let me pull up your online banking too. Okay, so these are going to be the different signatures of these. So this first one is going to be your signature card. So everything is in capital. So this is the name of the trust, and then you're listed as the only trustee on here. Okay. So what you'll do is date and sign your name right near the X one, please. And today is the 7th.
I'll get it better next time. It's close enough.
This is good.
Can I keep one
Yes,
of these?
of course you can.
I secretly have no pen, and it's weird. In a world full of pens.
That's okay. I'm a pen stealer sometimes by accident. This is going to go over what we call debit card coverage. So basically this is strictly for your debit card purchases you have. So debit card coverage, you can either have it or you cannot have it. So basically what it means is that if you didn't have the funds in the account to cover a transaction, you go to purchase something more than that, we could cover it. So if you go to Publix, say, and you have $20 in this account and you're going to buy $80 worth of groceries, if this is something that you do want, at Chase's discretion, they could cover that charge for you. However, you're still subject to getting the money in there to avoid any fees. The other option is I don't want this. So you go to Publix, you don't have enough money in there, and you go to swipe it.
Yeah,
it's just
I like
declined.
that. I like that.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and initial next to the note box.
That's how I sign my paintings too, just like
Really?
Yeah.
That's a nice sign.
It's fun.
And then just sign and date in there for me, please. It flows nicely.
Yeah.
Can you cough?
My wife helped set me up this Etsy account for like paintings,
Yeah.
and because my initials are MAF, the account is MAF Art, and then we realized it says Mafart. You know, check out Mafart.
I love that. Oh, that is
And I like to cut up and laugh anyway, so I was like, that's
Yeah.
perfect on accident. That's great.
Oh, without even meaning to.
Hmm.
And then this last one here is just basically, we call it ownership. It's just who is on this account. So basically, you're the only one, the only trustee on this account here. I already changed that in the
Okay.
system. It's just printed out on that. That's the
Okay.
one you had in there originally. And then one more signature for you, please. That's just showing that you're the only trustee.
Yeah, you know what? I think I had to use that at that moment too.
Really?
In Pittsburgh,
That-
yeah, because yeah. I don't know why, but I think that.
Does your family still live there or anything? Or no?
No, I followed my wife up there for her.
Oh,
Her sister had a nail business, and they were just doing it together.
okay.
And they sold the business. We sold our house, and just new chapter. But yeah, I had never been up there, and everybody up there was like, "What? Florida? Like, why'd you come from Florida? We want to go to Florida." They only get like 90 or 100 days of sunshine each year,
Oh, wow.
so it gets like really depressing.
Right.
It's like just the overcast all the time.
All I've ever lived in is Florida, so I've
Well,
never.
it's good to check out some other stuff
It is.
because I can tell you that I like it here better now.
Mhm.
I left for 7 years and now I'm like, yeah. But I took some of my money from the sale and I bought into 8 acres that my sister already owned
Oh, okay.
in West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a snowbird, but I couldn't afford to go up there this year because I was all this transitioning happening and everything.
It's a different time,
Yeah,
so-
but
Maybe it's
no
okay.
more summers if I can help it.
Yeah.
No more, like,
Yeah.
I've earned my summer badge because I
Yeah.
grew up down here, so.
Yes, they're very.
But yeah, I'm a snowbird in training.
Yeah, being here for so long, I'm still not used to the heat. I personally don't like it. But
Each summertime, I'm like, wow, I forgot, like, that
it seems
it's
like
like
it gets worse
breathtaking.
and worse
Yeah.
every year, hotter and hotter.
It was just 104 on the 5th in Northport and 107 in Venice.
And humidity too.
Hmm. Yeah, I would like rinse off or shower with the outdoor shower situation that I have going on, dry off, and then I'm like, didn't I dry off?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I take another shower. So I had an email address for you as lifeinabody@yahoo.com. Is that the correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been using that for a long time.
So actually, it looks like you never enrolled in the online banking. So we can enroll you now because you want to have the online and mobile. Okay.
Hmm. I think it's convenient.
It is. Check it whenever you want, or sometimes if somebody does write you a check, say, you can take a picture of it and deposit it that way.
Yeah, I can't do that with Suncoast because I have a shared account with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is, but I have a shared account with her. But if her and I both use the app, it'll kick the other person out.
Really?
And then we have to call
Oh,
and
that's
have them
wild.
added back, and then it means that only one out of the two can have that app on their phone.
That's
It's not
interesting, isn't
not fun.
it? No, that's weird. It's not like it's only one person.
Yeah,
on the
so
account,
if you
it's
have
both of
someone
you.
share an account with you at
Yeah.
Suncoast and you both have the app,
Yeah,
it's gonna kick one of you out.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think they'd fix that by now.
I don't know what it's all about.
All right, so with the online banking, it's gonna automatically assign you a username up front, but I'll help you change it because you probably never remember that. But I'm gonna ask you first to create a password for your online banking. So it has to be at least 8 characters long, letters, numbers.
Oh, sorry.
This is just so that we are going to use the digital services. It might ask about statements. Okay. Do you prefer to have your statements paper, or do you prefer to have just the paperless electronic statements?
Electronic, paperless.
Okay.
So I can save the planet.
It's a lot of papers, just like all this papers are. Okay, so because you'll see the other account on here, we want to just take that off of there. Is that correct? Or do you
Yeah.
wanna okay.
I'm not gonna use
Okay.
that.
Let me just see if we can do it here. Statements. Come on. It's either under this one or this one.
And you can leave it if you don't find the up. Oh, okay.
I have her here. Hide account. Okay. So which is this ending in? 911 is what it ends in. Okay, when you hide an account, show it. Well, first before we do that, let me have you create a username. So username can have letters and numbers only, and then at least 8 characters long. So no special characters or anything.
So I can just roll with this. Does it have to be one word?
Yeah, no spaces. No
Okay.
spaces there.
Will that work, or is it not strong enough?
Use at least one number. So as long as nobody else has it. Perfect. Nobody else has that.
Believe it or not,
username?
no one else uses that.
Really?
It gets referenced here and there, but it's like no one uses it at all. And that's also I use it for like a music project too.
Oh, okay. I mean that works for you since that's the one that you're
Yeah, I mean
creating.
I know that I'm not the body. I'm in it. And so that's why I like that little term and phrase.
That works. You use it for your email address and everything. So.
Well, if you think about it, past your skin and bones and blood and all that, down to the cells, like, what is it?
Yeah.
Where are you in there? You know what I mean? You start opening things up and looking around, they're not gonna find your consciousness.
That's right, because I had a teacher one time ask, "Where's your mind?" And everybody pointed up here. He's like, "No, that's where your brain is. Where's your mind?" And everybody's like, "Huh?" I always remember that. Okay.
Yeah, because there's people that have lost like half their head from like crazy accidents, and they're still talking and doing things.
Right. That is crazy.
Yeah. So where is the mind? I've gotten hurt plenty of times, but that's just crazy stuff.
Unfortunately, it's not gonna let me hide the account.
Okay.
But
it doesn't bother me at all.
This is okay. But you'll see that this is your account here. Obviously, when you have transactions going through in and out, you'll see a little bit more. You can see the transactions. Like I said, you could download the mobile app on your phone, and then you can log in that way. You could, take pictures, and that's how you can add your Suncoast account and everything like there. Or you can, add it here, so you just like link an account and then do it that way. Okay. So
I'll probably get the app on my phone.
Sign out. Okay, beautiful. All right, so the account is opened. Like I said, it's just that's how it's gonna be titled. Just like it says on your IRS form, where it's the trust, and then you're listed as the trustee on there, on that end. Do you have any questions around the account or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, and then whenever you want to make the deposit, whenever you can, you just go up to the tellers up there, and then they can do that for you.
Perfect.
Alright.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thanks for
Had a pleasure.
bearing with me. It's an
Oh.
unusual account. I don't open many of those accounts.
Yeah, and you probably won't, because it's
Yeah.
a very strong trust.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, if you look on all your money, right here where it says "In God We Trust," that's not the motto of a country. That's actually a business. That's a trust. you have to have, if it has the term bank or trust, or I mean, if it's a trust or a bank, it has to have that in the entity's name. So this is a trust that controls everyone's life. People don't realize it.
Yeah.
And it's actually the devil, believe it or not. It sounds crazy, but that's what's going on. And you can look it up. It's called the In God We Trust USA Incorporated. It's just, this is all just a big business. And it traces back to an empty lot in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the secrets, you know that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with saying the weird stuff because I've had the weird experiences.
Because everything along with
Yeah. Thank you so much. You too. Praise Jesus Christ, everybody. Private trust account opened. Check. All right, I'm gonna go to lunch and then get back to work. That's how you open a private trust account from Liberty Aid Academy using John McCaig's methods. Epic.